Hi there, my crafty friends. It is Tuesday, May 14th, and it is 7:59. I wanted to pop on a minute early and give people a chance to join, so just gonna pull this up here. Of course, it's always so hard to find what you need when you're looking for it. Oh, there we go. Where should I share it? Okay, that should be good. Hello, thank you for joining. I can't tell who it is, but thank you nonetheless. Ah, come on. Okay, my catalogs arrived today. So after this, I will be, it's super bright, isn't it? After this, I will be printing a crap load of labels and getting catalogs ready. So if you have shopped with me within the last 12 months, then you can expect to get your catalog pretty darn soon. Hi Karma, thanks for joining. Hi Joyce. So yeah, I will get those prepared and off in the mail ASAP. Turn the volume down here. I wanted to show you a couple things, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. We will flip it around and get our craft on. So let's just do that, shall we? If you get dizzy, just cover your eyes for a second. Okay, so let's turn on some light here. That should be good. So I wanted to show you some of the fun things that arrived yesterday that were supposed to have arrived on Friday. So this is the new 6x6 in color DSP. Love it. Purple Posy looks really washed out there, but the patterns are super fun. So there's a gingham, there's script, and oh, it's funny, none of them are flipped that way. This little argyle pattern, and then this little whatever chicken wire kind of thingy. They are gorgeous. Also, the in color faceted dots. I was going to call them gems, but they're dots. Look how faceted and shiny they are. They're so pretty. I'm thinking of offering it in Color Club, so for anyone who lives in Canada and would be interested, just comment or send me an email, stampedaf@gmail.com. Would love to be able to do that. These are a couple samples that I whipped up, so obviously they're all one in color, so this is Pretty Peacock. Let's turn on some more light. It's super bright outside, but I don't know how much of it will come in here, and now the light's just falling. I'm going to turn this one off because it's coming apart. Okay, I think that's maybe enough light. Hi, Julie. Yes, Joyce, aren't they beautiful? They're so shiny. I kind of wish that they gave us more of the medium and the small instead of these super big ones, but yeah. Okay, so this is Pretty Peacock. Let's try that light and see how that goes. Just getting a shadow from that one. Okay, so I've got at least one of each of all the papers on there. And then the faceted gem. So that's Pretty Peacock. And now, of course, my color is all thrown off. Rococo Rose. Seaside Spray. Purple Posy. I want to keep calling this one Perfect Posy, but it's Purple Posy. And then Terracotta Tile. So these will be on display at my open house. Speaking of which, I got postcards. Now, I ordered them this way so that I could stamp on them. So there are going to be a few different designs because if you know me at all, you know that I hate doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I ordered 100. So there's probably 20 of each. And I haven't done these ones yet. This is next up because this is the most labor-intensive one. But if you live in the Winnipeg area or anywhere in Manitoba and will be in the Winnipeg area, Saturday, June 8th. And RSVP to my email, and then I will give you my address because I didn't want it all over the place. But new products, prizes, crafting, and food. And it's free. Free! And it's going to be, it's a come and go. So for those of you that attended the catalog launch that I participated in last year, it was not free. There was a goodie bag and it was a great deal, but I'm not charging this time. You're not going to get a goodie bag. There will be prizes. There will be a door prize. You will see samples. You'll do make and takes, but it is not a paid event. So there will be tons of samples of new suites and catalogs, and looking at the catalogs that arrived today, I'm going to have to order more. Which is an awesome problem, right? Not a problem. It's an opportunity. Okay, so this little puppy arrived. Not puppy. In that order as well. And I've got another order that's coming tomorrow. Shh. I've gone a little crazy. But I could not wait to play this one. Was so disappointed that it didn't arrive on Friday so that I could play with it on the weekend. But it arrived yesterday, and I had to play. So Stampin' Up! Does not have background eyes. So when I saw this beauty, and I wish I could show you the samples in the catalog, but I'm still not allowed to show you the inside of the catalog, I did a YouTube search for background eyes, and Jennifer McGuire, surprise, surprise, has some amazing things. I'm just trying to line this up because you can see that it cuts out. But instead of trying to show you on there, let's show you an actual card. Anyway, so I found some ideas that Jennifer McGuire had done, and I can't wait to make all of the things. I'm not crazy about the stamp set. This is all right. I do love this sentiment, especially since Another Wonderful Year is retiring. And that has some of my faves. I love the Thinking of You, love Merry and Bright, and I love, love, love the Just a Friendly Hello. So I'm going to miss that one. So when I saw that this had just a little note to say hello, I thought, done. And I love You'll Always Be My Friend. You know too much. You mean everything to me, and so happy for you. So, and this is kind of cute. That one's cuter, but that's cute. So many times I'm like, I'm just going to get the dies, or I'm just going to get the punch, or I'm just going to get the stamps, and I end up missing out on the bundled price. So not doing that this time. I got smarter. So I said that we were working with a little lace and a surprise element. This is that surprise. Totally addicted to Daisy Lane. I can't wait for the medium punch to come out. I finally got the large punch, and this was only like in the last couple weeks. So yeah, Daisy Lane hooked. So I finally got this punch, and impatiently waiting for the medium one. But let's make this card, and I think we'll do it in a different color this time. This is So Saffron, and I just put one of the clear faceted gems in there, and I'm going to show you how to use this. There was a demonstrator that posted something on the demonstrator planning place that gave some great tips, and I'm going to have to go back and try and find that post because her tips are fantastic. Now, the other thing I thought about doing before that daisy came in was putting on, obviously without the daisy, but putting one of these little hummingbirds on from Mosaic Mood. And part of the method to my madness in showing you this is that I saw something like this with Sarah Berry, who is the one that provided the printable for the chamois. Love this. Those on my team that they get a chamois with a case. So there's a whole incentive thing for that. So I wanted to do something like that because there's nothing for the DSP and I don't know if she's doing that. So I thought I'm going to do it. I love Kylie Bertucci's Love It, Chop It. So I am keeping them in what Kylie recommends, a full wood mount case. So I printed these today and it didn't fit perfectly. But basically, this is what it is. So it has all the coordinating colors, and I'm going to put a little snippet of it there. But on my stamp shelf, you can see which DSP is in there, because right now you can't, and you have to pull them all out slot by slot to see which one it is. So I did that today, and I love it. Usually I keep my scraps in a little basket, just by Ziploc bag, and in alphabetical order because I'm a nerd like that. But I still love this, but I thought for the annual catalog DSP, it needs a special spot. So I'm going to keep them in these. So thank you, Kylie Bertucci. So I'll make some modifications, make sure that this fits exactly right, and then I will get them all done. I got the follow your art, and like it's cut off where it shouldn't be, but how cute is that? And I did see something where you could list the colors on the side as well, but it seemed, I don't know if it's necessary. But what I'll show you what I have been doing in the past. When I get a stamp set that has coordinating DSP, which in my little color system is a yellow dot, I was going into Photoshop, and I don't know if you can see this, but Blueberry Bushel, Mango Melody, Pineapple Punch, and Gray Granite. So I would just have that in there. So I may do that on these. We'll see. Kind of a lot of work, but like I said, it's the annual catalog, so these will be sticking around for a while. Okay, I'm going to shut up and get to crafting. You may have noticed I have not yet mounted this. When this arrived yesterday, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it was flat, like pancake flat. So this case is really cracked. I'm waiting for a new one, so I'm not going to mount this in there yet. Okay, enough talking. I'm kind of thinking one of these might be nice. What do we think? I don't want to use it on that because you're not going to be able to see, you'll be able to see the color but not the design. So let's grab another thing of cardstock, and how about Petal Pink or Powder Pink, since I have card bases already prepared. If you have never seen any of my videos, this is how I store my cardstock. That should be good. So it's all, it's the mats in the front in rainbow order, and then card bases in the back. And I don't have as many card bases as I normally do, but can you tell I'm a little obsessed with organization? Okay, dokie. We'll put all this in color stuff away. I am so busy with prepping for my catalog launch. So exciting. Okay, so typically what you would do is you would just place your cardstock on your die and run it through the Big Shot. You don't want to do that with this because it is very intricate. So we're going to grab some wax paper. It's probably way too much. And we're going to wrap the cardstock on both sides. Actually, since there's so much, maybe I will wrap it around all of it. And now we'll move this stuff out of the way. I hear a puppy running outside my door. Sounds like she has the zoomies. One of my customers' daughters told me about zoomies. She's like, you know, when you run back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Okay, so we have our regular Big Shot platform, thin die adapter. Mine has been chewed to pieces. Bottom plate. I'm just going to take off some of the excess. Pop that in there. Top plate, and we are going to run it through once and then back through. And I'm so sorry if this shakes the camera. Ugh. It's a thick one. Okay, and back through for good measure. Okay, probably could do it a couple times, but now we want two things. We want, oh, I'm all about the full mount cases tonight, aren't I? Okay, so we're gonna put that on there. We're gonna have our lint brush. Open this over here so that we don't have little bits coming out. And so the woman on the video, whoops, just used her lint roller to pick up the extra pieces. She didn't even have to use the brush. I'll get another sheet, a clean sheet. Right now there's a lot of wax paper and cardstock on there. So I'm still getting the powder pink. Now she did mention that you could keep using this. How cool is that? You could almost use that in place of vellum. So I said that I'm an organization nerd, but I'm also kind of, I like things to be contained. I'm not a neat freak by any means. I'm too lazy or exhausted, chronically exhausted to be a neat freak. But I don't want these things all over the place. So the other thing you can use your lint brush for is to capture the little runaways. Now that we've gotten most of them out, we can just use our die brush. Looks like it shifted on me just a little bit. And let me tell you, when I had my holiday Stamp-A-Stack, we used the snowflakes from that special bundle. I can't remember what it's called, but this and a lint brush were lifesavers. My living room would have been a disaster area. I just saw a comment pop up and it's gone. Oh, hi Meredith. Isn't this die beautiful? I was really worried when I read this demonstrator's kind of review saying that she was so excited to get it, and then she used it and she's like, it's too much work, it's too hard to use. So she provided a whole bunch of tips of how to do it easier so that we wouldn't have to suffer. I don't think it should take this many pieces of the lint brush, but I also wasn't taking it right from the cardstock. I was going through the wax paper. And this is a Dollarama lint brush. I think I can afford that. Okay, and then there's just a few left, and you should feel it. It is, I don't know if it's the wax paper or if it's because there's so many holes in here, but it feels incredible. I don't think I'm gonna mess with all of these little bits and pieces. I'm sure that's not why you're here. So like I said, I was, when I was using this the first time, it was using the wax paper, so I really didn't need as much as I used. But, c'est la vie. And just kind of give that a tap. There's really not very many in here. Sure, make a liar of me. As they all come flying out. It is so beautiful, and I think that if this was still the Sizzix dies, this would be a lot harder to get out. But with these new dies, they are they're amazing. Love them. Love, love, love. Okay, a little cleanup here. We ready? So you can see I didn't use the whole thing, so I am going to straighten this out because if you can see here, it shifted on me a little bit. My fault. But that will bother me. So the easiest way is going to be pick a spot that looks relatively straight, and then once you've done that, the rest should be good to go. Now I want this to be, what do I want it to be? Not 4 1/4, we'll do 4. Now the other part I want to show you, this isn't quite as seamless as my one yesterday. But that's the beauty of going live, right? So the other piece that's in here is this little piece, and I was trying to show you that before, unsuccessfully. This piece, you definitely want to use washi tape. I am not a fan of the magnetic platform, perhaps because I'm a bit of a control freak. I want to decide where something is going. I don't want the machine deciding or shifting at the last second, so I tape this down. And now you have to be careful with this one because it is, hey Terry, welcome back. I'm so glad you're back. This one is the full 6-inch width, so you need to make sure it is fully on your plate. Oh, it's so pretty. I do think it's going to take a little bit of practice for me to figure out where exactly that die goes to get that pretty little perfect edge, because it's a little bit further over than I would have liked. Oh, and I did it the wrong way. I should have done it on one of those sides. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. Right? I moved the side that my garbage can is on the other day, and I am such a creature of habit that every time I go to reach for it, it's over here, not over there. Now, a little bit of a tip here before you start adhering this piece on. That was pretty flat there yesterday. I don't need this to be exact, but You want to cut off any little bits that are sticking off of that end. Do. Okay, good enough. What I did was I just did some very loose tomboing. And then if there was any glue that kind of showed through the front, I used shimmer paint. But I do have another idea. I just need something to put it on. I have, whoops, a little piece of acetate here that I hope will not glare too much. Do we have sorry, just looking for a tool. I have this little guy. It's a Ranger Craft Squeegee. So, not Stampin' Up, but I love this thing. All you have to do is kind of spread it, and I've used it for embossing paste. This is the first time I'm using it for this, so I have no idea if this is going to work or not. A little bit more. You could probably use any hard surface. Okay, so let's see if that's going to work. It's nicely adhered to my grid paper. Everyone is so quiet tonight. Okay, now for this little bit that didn't stick, I'm just going to go lightly in some circles with some Tombow. Hold that down for a second. It was funny. I was just going to ask what everyone was doing on this fine Tuesday. It was just about time to leave work today, and one of the facilities guys comes in. He's like, "So, you got any special plans for tonight?" I'm like, "It's a Tuesday. What's so special about a Tuesday?" There's no special plans. I mean, obviously being here with you is special, but I didn't want to get into that whole thing and try and have to explain, and then, well, okay. Oh, before we do that, let's get some powder pink ink. And some Whisper White. I don't have any scraps at the ready. We'll take out this just a little note to say hello. Ink it up. It's a very pretty and easy tone-on-tone card tonight. Okay, and then Daisy Lane, we want the big, that block won't work. We want a D block. Anyone else think of prison when I say that? D block. It could be that I watched too much Netflix this weekend. I watched the Ted Bundy Netflix movie with Zac Efron, a yum. And then I was so intrigued after that that I watched, there's a Netflix original series that is basically people talking to Ted Bundy, so it's conversations with a serial killer. And needless to say, I had a hard time falling asleep that night, but it's a very interesting story. So I had a lot of prison on the brain, so when I said D block, most people probably don't automatically go to something like that, but that's where my head is at. So if you haven't given this a little lace any kind of attention, for those of you who are demonstrators, for customers, you probably haven't seen a whole lot with this yet. Trust me, you will. It is stunning. If you are a customer and you are within Canada and would like to talk about the starter kit and adding this to it, just send me an email or messenger or contact me and we can get you all set up. I'm getting closer to my goal of Silver Elite, but I need a couple of team members to get me there. My sales are there, which is fantastic. My awesome customers and my awesome team and my complete addiction to Stampin' Up. So yeah, a few more team members, and we had a team meeting last night and it was super fun. So I would love to welcome you to my team and you can participate. Just spraying this with some Frost White shimmer paint. We're gonna hit the daisies at the same time as the card base. And I think they're pretty different in color. I was thinking maybe we could use that, but I am going to use one of the clear faceted gems. And I'm almost thinking we should just leave it clear. What do we think? Do we leave it clear or color it? Have your say now. Okay, I'm leaving it clear. Oh, always slides over. Thank you, Terry. I figured anything I was going to add was going to end up probably wrecking it. So I'm glad that you concur with clear. I have so much stuff for you, Terry. Can't wait to see you. Lucky Terry has been away from us for a little while. Okay, just hold that down for a couple seconds. My grid paper is super sticky from that little experiment with the squeegee and the glue. I mean, it worked, but it's kind of a mess. Okay, now the one thing you need to watch is just that you don't have your petals going off the edge, because if you put this in an envelope, it's going to get crushed. Move that guy over, but it doesn't want to go. So I won't fight it. We'll just leave it like that. But how pretty is that? I actually meant to show you what the hummingbird would have looked like had we gone with that. The color actually still would have gone. It would have gone better with the yellow, but that would have been pretty darn cute. So there are a number of ways that you can use this background die. This is just one of them. Much happier with the way that one turned out yesterday. So had I not cut this the wrong way, it would have looked different. But that is all, my crafty friends. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you will join me tomorrow night. I promise I will not fall asleep and sleep for 16 hours. We are going to be using the En route stamp set tomorrow night. So if you are catching me for the first time or the first time in a while, Tuesday nights during the month of May, I am featuring new product, and Wednesday evenings, I am featuring retiring product. So tomorrow will be this lovely bundle, suite of products. So that is all for tonight. I thank you for tuning in, and I will see you soon, my crafty friends. Bye.